Hey y'all, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so it's kind of shabby up in this Hyatt Streets. I'm assuming, but I just want to come on and just to finish out. Don't I know y'all said, dang, she didn't come back. She can't hear. Let me see if y'all can hear me. But they was listening to me on Instagram. So if you want to go to my Instagram, Commissioner Elena Sanders on Instagram, I was live there. So you can also tune in as well. I'll wait a few minutes for y'all to come back. I had a bunch of y'all. Let me see oh, y'all can hear me now. Okay, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but just to end it a little bit, I want to make sure yes y'all were able to hear me so I can see that. Just to end it, I'll wait for it to announce. I'll wait for y'all to come on in the room. Come on back in the room. We had a lot of people watching on all three networks. I was on Instagram, YouTube, and both of the Facebook pages. So we had a lot of people watching. So I'll wait a few seconds for y'all to come back in out, and I'll end it out. This is part two. Part two. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask those questions. This is question and answer time for Commissioner Sanders. I am an hour behind here in Houston, Texas. For those who just tuned in, I'm in Houston, Texas for a training with the National Association of Counties, where I'm one of the 25 that travel with them for safety and justice, criminal justice reform, and mental health. So I was speaking on the Boys and Girls Club. For those who are just tuning in and trying to figure out what was this conversation about, go to the post before, and I broke down all of the dealings with the Boys and Girls Club. So I apologize. So what happened? I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, and it could be because I was on four networks, and I had different devices going on. So I was on three networks on one device and one network on the other one. So I was talking to my friends on Instagram. They heard everything. I don't know. Maybe the three streaming didn't work well, but so just to end it a little bit with you all, as stated, I think the last thing I stated was the project manager said that the I went back to him and I said, why have we not moved forward with our park and youth facility? So what he told me was the board of commissioners has not given him a directive. I have a problem with that. And I told the board that at the next meeting. The project manager said the reason why he has not moved forward with the youth facility, the park, and everything else, because he said the board of commissioners have not given him a director or a director. The role of the project manager is to find the land. That's the role of the project manager. We already gave you a directive to locate the property. If the ones that was given was not feasible or the board did not want to move forward with it, then you go look for more property. But the question is why the board did not want to move forward. And it's interesting because Miss Monk, it was sent to me. I didn't see it personally. It was sent to me. Thank you, residents who keep me informed. Miss Monk actually went on my opponent's page. So I'm not sending you to that page. But Miss Monk came out and spoke on my opponent's page and told them the real deal. Because I think they was trying to say that I was just favoring her property and I just wanted that. And she broke it down because she used to be a commissioner over 30 years ago. She was the first female commissioner in Newton County. And she has not been a commissioner since then. She's not even in politics. So there was no relationship. I didn't even know Miss Monk until she brought. Let me tell you how that worked. This is talking about the Monk property on Fairview Road. Let me tell you how that worked. She was introduced to me by another commissioner because she wanted to build 300 homes, townhomes, on Fairview Road. This was in 2022. She wanted to build 300 townhomes on Fairview Road. She had a contract already on the property. She had a contract on the property. You know how it was halted? It was halted because we had a moratorium. but the commissioner hadn't been doing nothing. It was halted because we were in a moratorium looking at how we're going to move forward with the growth. Okay. And so she originally came to me and was introduced to me by another commissioner and said, this individual wants to build 300 houses, townhomes. Now I want people on Fairview Road, especially Fairview Estates, if you're watching me, listen very carefully. She had approval to build 300, her application was already in, to build 300 homes on Fairview Road. It got stopped because the commissioners went into a moratorium. She lost the contract because we were in a moratorium for almost a year and a half. So I was talking to the Parks and Rec director at that time. And I said, well, there's a property on Fairview Road, and the owner came to me to build 300 houses. And I told her I could not be with her on building those 300 let me explain. When people say 12 houses on an acre or 300 houses on an acre, you have to ask them what type of housing. Single family homes, townhomes, condominiums, townhomes, smaller acreage, as well as square footage. So when you say single family homes, there's less amount of houses on an acre. But if you're saying townhomes or condominiums, they're smaller in square footage. So that's why you could put so many of those on 1 acre. Clarifying that, clear that up. So when someone says they can build a certain amount of homes, ask them, is it single family homes? Is it townhomes? Or is it condominiums? You got to ask that question because they will try to bamboozle you. And so she was going to build townhomes. I don't remember if there was going to be mixed use, where kind of like the property that's on Fairview Road right now, that's in Rockdale County. It's mixed use. It's going to be single family homes and it's going to be townhomes. So I don't remember, but I do remember it was 300 houses. That's all I remember. And I told her right then and there, I said, I can't get behind you on this. I can't support you. I said, Fairview Road already has almost 20 subdivisions. And to add another subdivision in this very congested area, right across, diagonally across from the enclave that has 922 units, I said, I cannot get with you on that. And I told her to her, I said, I can't support you. And I said, I'm going to tell you, the community is probably not going to support it either. I was very truthful with her. I was honest with her. But she wanted to build these houses because her family owned it for so long. Matter of fact, the property that the enclave is on, I found out used to be her family's property. That's how the enclave was built. That was her family's property. I did not know that till later on. And so I told her, I said, Ms. Monk, I can't put the residents in. I live in that area, so I didn't want that many homes in the area, and we already congested. I couldn't get behind it. So talking to the Parks and Rec director, the project manager, I said, there is a property on Fairview Road where it was introduced to me to put 300 houses. And you said you're looking for land. I said, how about you all propose that to her? They got excited. And they said, give me her number. We'll call her. I said, her last name is Monk, and I think they knew who she was because she's a former commissioner. They called her. Hopefully this is messing up. Is it messing up? Y'all can hear me. Oh, so they called her. And that's how her property became a part of the agenda. That is how her property became a part of the equation. And so she actually broke her down, my opponent down, on her page and told her the real deal. What is going on with this internet here in this hotel? Okay, so that's how it came to play, was because they contacted her. I, the commissioner, did contact her to ask her to put her property on that. They contacted her and brought her property in. So when we put the property in front of the commissioners, Chairman Bain said, I don't agree with buying property from a commissioner. And I said, She's not a commissioner. And he said when I didn't agree with buying the property from Commissioner Schultz when it was brought before us. I said, but Commissioner Schultz was a commissioner when she brought the property before you. That's a conflict. But this person was a commissioner 30 years ago. That's not a conflict. So that's what's happening with the Monk property. Okay? They know that it's a good prime land. And they know that we can move forward with it. It's 62 acres. It will not congest Magnolia Gardens, which is what somebody had said. I have not heard one word from somebody from Magnolia Gardens say they didn't want it. I heard a commissioner that don't live in my district say it, and I heard my opponent say it because she used to live in Magnolia Gardens. So I don't even know what was related to those residents that live in Magnolia Gardens because I never had a conversation with them, nor did anybody in Magnolia Gardens call me. So how can a commissioner in another district have a conversation with people in my district on a project that's in my district? I didn't call anybody about skate park. I didn't call anybody about your projects on building the splash pad to see if y'all really want a splash pad. So why are you talking to people in my district? I was shocked on that one. I said, when did you talk to people in my district? I said, I haven't even spoke to anyone in Magnolia Gardens, nor has anyone in Magnolia Gardens called me. So I know there's some lies going around that I'm trying to put something behind Magnolia Gardens and force them. That is 62 acres of land, people. I want y'all to think 62 acres of land, not 62 acres of land. It will not be in the backyards of a subdivision. I need y'all to stop listening to this propaganda from people who are feeding you these stories. If you have a question, come to the commissioner that's sitting in the seat and we can discuss it. But no one from Magnolia Gardens ever reached out to me. That's why I was shocked to say I was putting anything in their backyard. I was really shocked to even hear my opponent say that and to hear my colleague said Magnolia Gardens didn't want it. I was confused because it was never going to be in the backyard of Magnolia Gardens. 62 acres. What could have happened? Let me tell you what could have happened. Magnolia Gardens could have had a walking trail to a park where the facility could have been farther off, 62 acres. And they would have had a park behind them that would have gave amenities to that community that does not have amenities. They would have had a walking trail that they could have had a walking trail that connected to their subdivision where they can leave. They don't even have to drive to the park. It could have been worked out that way where they can connect the certain road to their subdivision where they can walk and connects and it goes back to their subdivision. The same thing that was proposed if we moved the park entrance in Fairview Estates to build. This was proposed to me by the project manager to build parks and recreation for Hinton Chase if the facility was going to be placed in Fairview Estates and they were going to move it, the entrance to the other side. They proposed a connecting walking trail to Hinton Chase. So that would have been amenities for that community to have a walking trail that goes to the park. They would never put a building behind a subdivision. I need you all to get the facts and stop listening to people give you propaganda and false allegations and lies, because that was never a plan. When they decided to want to put the community center in Fairview Community Park, the first thing they thought of was the people. The first thing I thought of was the people in the community. I said, I don't want to inconvenience the homeowners. I said, I want to make sure that whatever is put in place, I don't want to inconvenience the homeowners. And so they was like, oh, no, this won't even be in their backyard. It's 12 acres, Commissioner. They haven't even used a full acre for the park. He said it wouldn't even be in the backyard, and we'll build a walking trail that connects to the current walking trail. So what that means, it wouldn't have been in your backyard. It would have been farther away with an entrance in a parking lot, and it would have closed off the entrance to your subdivision. But because people did not want to see it there, because I did not go with the Boys and Girls Club. But guess what? I was brought into that room and they were thinking about putting it there. If Commissioner Sanders would have said, yeah, I agree with going with the Boys and Girls Club. So guess what, Fairview Estates? They were going to put that in your backyard. And not literally in your backyard, on county property. And it would have not been in your backyard if I would agree with going with the Boys and Girls Club. They did not move forward with it because I did not go with the Boys and Girls Club, because the people in the community did not want the Boys and Girls Club. So that's what happened. It didn't halt because of what you all were saying. Because think about it. Did they halt the project when y'all all came out and that park was placed in y'all community in 2008, 2010? And the whole community came out? If I would have said yes, that community center would probably be built by now, almost finished and almost completed, if I would have said yes. I need y'all to think. Think how people operate as politicians. I had to learn the thinking of a politician. I'm not a politician, I'm a public servant, but I've learned how people who are politicians, how they think. Because if I would agree to that, that community center would have been there right now. That youth facility would have been there right now with no questions asked. No questions asked. So I need you all to get the facts. Talk to your commissioner. I'm an open book, 706-819-0357. 706-819-0357. I'm an open book. You can call me and ask any question. You can ask a question right now and I'll answer it. Put it right there in the chat and I will answer your question. Politics is a beast. If you don't follow someone's agenda, they try to shut you up. It's a beast. Look at some of the incidents that happened in the past. Remember the situation that happened in DeKalb County some years ago because somebody ran against a politician. It's a beast, especially when you're a public servant and you're here for the people and you're not here to fill your pockets. It's a beast. So let's think about that. Oh, I need to make this statement as well before I get off. I, Commissioner Sanders, am not here for foolishness. And I wouldn't say it's foolishness. No, let me phrase that. People in this county are upset. They're upset. They're tired of politicians. Hey, how are you, Demir? They're tired of politicians. And they want more public servants. So they're speaking out. I didn't send out a text message. I didn't send out a mailer. I'm in Houston, Texas right now. I'm trying to learn about criminal justice reform and safety and justice to bring it back with these other 25 commissioners that came with me. And I'm going to be here with judges, district attorneys, sheriffs from all over the United States going to be at this conference. And we're going to be able to learn from them. So that, I'm not going to even waste my marketing dollars on sending some out on my opponent. It's a waste of my money. I'm not going to do that. But you have to look at this. I've been in this county for 18 years, going on 18 years. It's like 17 and a half, okay? My opponent's been in this county since 1998. And the only reason why I know that because she always states it. And I've been making a joke. She always states it. What an awesome public. Thank you so much, Stephanie Gale. I appreciate it because she states it. You don't know who you stabbed in the back. You don't know who. Hey, Green. I'm wishing you the best on your journey. Yes, we sure will. You don't know who you stabbed in the back, who you did wrong, who you did business to. And those since 1998, you don't know what you did. You don't know where it's coming from. I do know you made some people upset because I've had some constituents say some of the things that happened, but that's not my business to repeat. So you don't know who you've made enemies with and where it's coming from. But I'm here to tell you, Commissioner Sanders didn't send out no text or a mailer about you. I don't have that type of energy. I'm trying to send stuff out about me and go to conferences and bring back information and figure out how we could do things here in the county. So I don't have the time. It's really not of interest to me, like you have done to try to find something on me. I'm sorry. I was raised right. My parents taught me well. So it's not, I have no interest. So I'm here just to give you the facts, and that's all I'm going to do. Again, I will be at the Board of Commissioners meeting, but I will be on Zoom because I'm in Houston, Texas with National Association of Counties. at the Safety and Justice Conference, and we are learning about criminal justice reform with all of the DAs, the sheriffs that are here, as well as it's 25 of us. We're going to be talking about race. We're going to talk about race in the criminal justice system, how we can combat it, how we can do better, because it's prevalent. We can't say it's not there. Racism is still there. So we talk about it. We come from all racial backgrounds: African American, Caucasian,